the first time I've ever chased a wiener.
Onward to Delaware.
So here we are back for another Toy Dome Collectibles Show here in Wilmington, Delaware. Always a cool show. You never know what you're going to find in here. I've found a couple cool things in here over the years, so it's always a good one.
It's a fun show. You never know what you're going to see here. That's really cool.
Yeah, those classic VCR games. My grandmother had those games. She had like Clue and a couple of like goofy ones. I was never good. If there's too many directions, forget it. Like, I'm better off with that.
Yeah.
Like a Pop-O-Matic Yipes thing. There's probably like 3 directions. Press the bubble. That's me. I'm good. I got
Press the bubble. Roll the dice.
That's it. That's it. As long as it's simple. As long as it's simple, I'm good. But you never know what you're going to find here. There's always neat things like that Vincent Price apple sculpture. I don't know. Shrunken heads freak me out. I wouldn't want that piece. I love Vincent Price, but I don't know, the shrunken heads thing.
It can be a little creepy.
It's totally creepy. I love that robot.
I love the Alf phone.
I wish I could just buy everything that I think is cool, but at that point, you'd need a
I know, you'd turn into a hoarder so fast, especially with all the places we go. If we brought everything that we thought was even remotely cool, we would have to have a warehouse.
Yeah.
It'd be ridiculous.
Sectors. The Beatles.
Rock'em Sock'em.
Nice variety of stuff here. I mean, that Underdog's cool. It's like an old Carnival Prize Underdog.
That is really cool.
Modern Universal stuff, Swamp Thing. A lot of cool stuff that was in there. Hey, it's Big Dog's Toy Chest.
Yes, check him out.
There it is. Back to the Swamp Thing. That stuff was nice, though. This particular vendor here always has, like, a cool variety of stuff. I mean, if you look in the back, you see Beavis and Butthead. So it's like everything from...
I know. I remember, like, seeing the first time he had that. I'm like, that's really cool. Like, I don't know if I'm ready to spend $300 on a Beavis and Butthead
something
thing.
else behind it, too. It's like a clock or something back there.
Yeah. Whatever it was like, I think it was like a promotional item that was really cool, but I try not to collect Beavis and Butthead because it'd be easy to go down that rabbit hole, and there's actually a ton of Beavis and Butthead merchandise. I don't think people realize how much they actually made.
Yeah.
And that was always one of my favorites. There's Donald, of course, because we see Donald.
I was very close to buying that Nutty Mads pinball game right there. Yeah, this.
That's really cool.
I was so close on this, but I was like... I was close. I love the Nutty Mads, but the thing is I still need a bunch of the tin ones. So it's like before I go getting into like the other merch stuff, I want to try to get all the tin ones first. That's the goal. And then once I get those, then I'll move on to the merch and stuff.
That makes sense.
The Maximilian black hole robot.
That's awesome.
I know the robots were cooler than the movie. It's a fact. Vincent, Maximilian, they were way cooler characters than that film was. Now I'm going to get hate mail from the black hole fans. Sorry. I didn't really care for Space 1999 either.
It's crazy to see like all the Power Ranger stuff. It's like I grew up with Power Rangers, and I can honestly say I don't ever remember being that much stuff.
Well, you're a girl. You have boobs. Why would you even want to be playing with that kind of stuff?
I liked Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers growing up, but I also liked like My Little Pony. That looks like the cover for the King Diamond Them record.
Oh yeah, Mystery Mansion.
Like every time I see that, I think of that.
There's the Funny Face cups.
Those are awesome.
Those X-Men figures, my dad took a shot on those. He believed strong in those X-Men figures that they were going to be worth a fortune someday. So that was a shot he took on those. It didn't work, but it was a good shot. I think he has all of them. He has like that entire line.
Well, if they ever make a comeback.
Hey, you never know. Stranger things have happened.
That's true.
Teddy Ruxpin.
I had Teddy Ruxpin. He was cool. I had a issue with him, but I'd like to think that we made up at some point.
You and Teddy?
Yeah. I apparently got really upset when he stopped talking and tried to rip his jaw off or something like that. Apparently I had anger issues when I was a little child.
Clearly. That was cool.
That is.
That came home with me right there. Now that I couldn't leave. And I actually already had one. But it was just the fact that there was a AHI bendy creature. I was like, you know what? I can't leave him.
You can't have too many of those.
No, I couldn't leave him. He came home. I
And
got
it
him.
fits the collection.
I have 2 now. But they're painted so differently from each other that you can justify having more than one, because you're like, well, I mean, I have like 15 AHI
cool.
Frankensteins just because of the differences in all the faces and clothes.
Well, you see all those variants with rack toys a lot,
Yeah.
where there's like so many different color schemes and just stupid little nuances, and you're just like, you know what, I need this too.
Yeah. Those are cool. Green Hornet 3D. I like a lot of that Green Hornet stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool Green Hornet merch.
Anything 60s I'm a sucker for. I love that stuff. And even though it's like decades before my time, it's like, I don't know. I got an affinity for the 60s toys.
Well, they did a really good, like, this is when they're really just starting to market to kids and, like, come out with a lot of really cool merchandise lines. And
they're just way more creative.
Yeah, the box art's great, card art's great.
That's a lost art right there. Box art is a lost art. Box art is not like it used to be.
No, not at all. I used to sell the toy a lot of the times.
Still does for me.
Yeah.
And like, there's always a good variety of toys here, different things. And
it really are. Like, you could just sit here and stare at it.
Whatever you collect. I remember those Burger King premiums for the Ninja Turtles, the VHS tapes, and the little Heroes in a Half shell thing. That was neat. It's cool to sometimes, you go to these shows and you're like, I don't necessarily want to take this home, but I like looking at it. You get that like, little memory thing. And
it's little rushes of nostalgia.
Yeah. Oh, the Oscar Mayer Wiener, because we'd just seen it.
Yeah, we, driving there, we literally saw the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. I don't think I'd ever seen it in person before, so that was cool.
Yep. You were like, hey, that's a big wiener.
It's like, it's too early for this. You have to get up really early to go to these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to find the good stuff, you gotta get there early.
I know, it's funny when a lot of times toy shows have like this second wave rush, people that show up at like 12. It's like, well, I guess that's probably when you get the best deals.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for stuff that's not necessarily rare, you just like seeing it in person and buying it in person.
Yeah, and you want good deals.
Exactly.
That's the time to come. Yeah, I guess, I mean,
there's definitely
different ways to play it. Different ways, yeah. It's Frankenstein and his woman. That was cool, the Sir-Ring-a-Lot Things game.
Oh, yeah, those are cute. We see those once in a while.
Yeah, those games were fun. Those neat little games. I know, we're
looking at it all over again.
We're like, oh yeah, that. Snorks.
I like that giant gizmo.
I like the Snork.
Snorks are cute. I like Snorks.
Snorks were cool. They're like the underwater Smurfs.
They really are.
Yeah. There's a Maskatron. This guy had some neat stuff at this table.
Yeah.
He had like a small table, but it was all cool stuff.
I like the A-Team sheets that are covering the table.
The selection of Migos. Cool stuff. It's a nice goblin right there.
Is that the original box?
Shout out to my buddy Tim, who won't shut the hell up about the green goblin I have in my storage space. Eventually, I'm going to find it. I don't know when, but it will turn up.
I don't know. Is Tim too cool to watch this?
Probably. Those Clash of the Titans figures were great. They had Child World price stickers on them. I love anything with a Child World price sticker. So, shout out to Peter Panda and Child World.
Yes.
I go out of my way to buy stuff like that. That was great.
That is really cool.
That had great artwork on it.
Yeah.
That's a piece you don't see very often. The He-Man.
Yeah, we've been seeing some interesting He-Man merchandise lately. I think it was King County Toy Show. We saw some interesting He-Man stuff too.
Yeah, that's when I almost bought that bouncy Battle Cat. If I had a way to get that thing on the plane, it was coming home.
Yes, check out that episode if you haven't already. That was a insanely big toy show.
I had a couple of those. I had got one. I love them Battle Beasts.
They're cool.
But I had 2 of those battle cats at one point, and I regret selling it. I was like, I kind of want that back. I don't know what I'll do with it. I can't get on it and bounce it. Well, I could put Snackula on it. We could put you on it.
I'm pretty sure that the weight on that maxes out at like 50 pounds. We can put Snackula on it.
Yeah. That's cool.
There's just like so much stuff. Like
That model kit almost got me right there because it said Saber-Tooth Rabbit and it looks like an old Aurora monster scenes. And I was like, what the hell is this? I've never seen this before. And you always get that little hope that you're going to just stumble onto something at a toy show that's like the rarest thing that you've ever seen.
Yeah.
That guy in the back, he buys like every toy.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what he's going to buy.
He just walks. You'll see him multiple times in videos, and he's just constantly buying everything and dragging it all back to his spot. He buys
his toy lair.
Everything.
He bought a, like, I just kept watching him buy things and buy things and buy things. I'm like,
yeah.
There was times where we kind of did that, too.
I think he does toy auctions or something online.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That's why I'll take everything. That was neat. Boxed Micronaut stuff. There was some great stuff at this stand here.
Yeah.
The Cat's
Lair is amazing.
Yeah, nice to see a boxed Cat's Lair. That you don't see very often.
Yeah, and that's cool to see the firehouse in the box. It's not as rare, but still very cool.
I wasn't sure what that was, that big jet fire. I almost bought him.
Wow.
But his wing was broken. If you look underneath his head right there, you'll see the wing snapped off. I was like, can't do it. He was in too rough a shape. But I wanted him.
He's awesome.
I'll get one eventually, another one. That's another piece I had in the box and sold and whatever. What are you going to do? Everybody's got that story.
Oh, yeah.
Why did I sell it?
It's like, why did I sell it? Buys it back, sells it again. Why did I sell it again?
Buys it for double the price.
Yeah. And then the market goes out on them, and you're like, really?
Hey, this is Matt from the Toy Cantina. Looking forward to seeing y'all coming out and checking out what we got at the store.
He's got good stuff. So go to his
He's got
store.
great stuff. Where can we find you online?
He used to be my boss. He was my boss at
You
Toys
were
R
our
Us.
boss at Toys R Us.
Yeah.
He was mean. He was super mean, this guy.
These are the two nicest
Slave
people
driver.
I ever worked with. The two people I miss the most, other than Dee, out of the entire store.
Wow.
We miss you too, Matt.
All right.
We're going to go check out your store, though,
yeah.
so stay tuned, guys.
Absolutely. Take care, guys.
Yeah, he's got a great store. He's got a great store. Nice guy, too.
Yeah. We'll
Nice
take
guy.
you guys there with us someday. And
He was a slave driver boss. Nice guy for sure.
it was fun working there. We had a good time working overnights at Toys R Us.
There's my dad.
Yes.
Shout out to my dad. On the thermos. That was cool. I like a lot of these characters. You probably don't know who half of those characters are on there, but that's okay.
For me?
Yeah.
Probably
like
not.
Augie Doggy. You have no idea who that is.
I don't. I mean, I know a lot of, like, stuff from before my time. Like, most of the stuff I know is before my time, but certain cartoon characters I didn't really get to know. But I had a lot of cartoon tapes as a kid. And they would, like, be, like, old, like, Looney Tunes and stuff like that on them, so those were fun. The Dingling.
Leave it to you to find that.
Well, it was right in my face. And there's another Dingling.
Right in your face.
Gumby. And there was another Slappy back there, wasn't there?
Was that?
I think so. And what else have we got here? The Wolf Wagon. Nice.
Yeah. I love these old boxes.
That's awesome.
I can remember rolling up on a yard sale once and I just missed out on a bunch of those Aurora car models. The guy was like selling them for $1 a piece.
Oh, you gotta be kidding
And he
me.
had about 100 of them. I was like so bummed that I missed that. And,
That's horrible.
you know, I'm sure everybody's got that story of just rolling up just 2 minutes too late to a yard sale or a flea market find. If you do have one of those, let me know in the comments because I would love to. I just like, I don't know why the tragedy stories, I like reading them, but I find it fascinating.
He enjoys your pain.
Yeah. Well, we've all got it. I got a million of them too.
I've seen that happen to
You
you
know.
at least like 100 times since
Yeah.
I've known you.
Yeah, for sure. It happens and you're like, cry about it and obsess over it.
I know,
So-
and then like you think you're like, why didn't I just buy that? You'll never know.
Sometimes you're just too late.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just too late. Somebody got it right in front of you.
And then other times you had the opportunity to buy something, you just passed on it.
Yeah.
And you'll never understand why.
Yeah.
Those are the worst.
I like that stretchy monster wolf, man.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I had that recently with that Hulk head. I regret at the flea market not buying that Hulk head because that was just something I never seen ever.
Yeah.
I've seen the bigger trick-or-treat pail version, but that little bank head thing I've never seen, and I couldn't even find a photo of it anywhere, so I do regret that one for sure. We all got that story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have his story.
Should I tell the story? No.
Yeah.
Hey!
What you collect or?
What do I call? Yeah, most of my stuff is
Hey, look! I found this cool guy right here. So we're gonna talk to him.
Make it awkward, right?
He looked cool, so I'm like, hey, cool guy.
Cool guy, yeah. I recognize you guys, right? You guys didn't recognize me from being home watching your videos, but I watched.
Yeah.
We thought you looked familiar though.
I thought you looked a little familiar.
You thought I looked kind of like a cool dude, right?
Yeah, but we weren't 100% sure.
It's like a figure from me, right? I should have a
So
home
what did you
figure.
What did you get?
Well, I got the, like I said, the cheap stuff here. That's the Star Wars. Just look at that, $2 and $1. You can't beat it. I mean, come on, for that price.
No, for
For $1?
A Stormtrooper for $1?
I know.
That's a
It's
deal.
awesome.
And I probably have like 10 of these at home.
That's a
I have
deal.
a few of those too.
Well, eventually you'll have a whole army of them.
Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, my dad, when I 77, 9 years old, saw Star Wars, so I was the prime age.
Perfect
and every
age.
Christmas, my dad would buy me Star Wars stuff.
What'd you do with it?
I still have it all.
That's awesome.
Except for the original Luke Skywalker, that his head got. We would set up all my vehicles on each side, and then we'd set up all the figures standing up. Then we'd take a bunch of rubber bands. I'll take my shot, and he'd take his shot. See who would win, right? And during doing that, we took off Luke's head. But I still have. I replaced him, of course. But I still have them
You
all.
held on to your childhood toys.
My dad told me back then even. He says, "You this
Smart.
stuff." No, I did open it all.
Oh, man.
Still
But I
though.
still have it all.
You kept
And I have it all. It's gonna go to my son. You know.
That's perfect.
I just shared it with some guy who came over the other day, told me, I said, let me show you. So I have the Darth Vader case. It has all the figures in it that, like, and I even put like padding in there to hold them in there better as a kid. So I was really proud of my stuff. You know. Remember when I was a kid, Star Wars, they had a program you could buy, and in it told you who played all the parts. And Dave Prowse played. We all know that now. Dave Prowse played Darth Vader, but back then nobody knew that. All my friends, I know played Darth. Who? How do you know? You don't even see him. You know? And it's probably named was in the credits, I'm sure.
Yeah, but
We know what
You don't look at that. I remember looking in there. Oh, Dave
reading.
Prowse. Dave Prowse. Then find out Dave Prowse was in Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
Yep.
The guy bodybuilder in there, yeah. But that's cool. But yeah, my dad would buy me every Christmas. I would get Star Wars stuff for Christmas.
Nice.
That's why I got so much. And he would never get me one Stormtrooper or Snowtrooper. He got to give me like 6. I have 6 of each of them.
Wow.
Got an army of them, right?
That's
and they'd be
awesome.
hiding in the Christmas tree. Like I thought I'd be done opening all my Christmas presents, and you look on the Christmas tree, and there's one hiding in the Christmas tree. Like, oh, another one!
That's so
Another
cool.
one! So he was good like that. My dad was a gamer. He died at 71. He was a gamer till he died. He had all the. He played all the. That's where I learned it from him. But I'd catch him when my mom and dad got divorced. I'd come home and he'd be on my Atari in my room playing games. So, yeah.
So he was like way ahead of the curve then. Buying
He
all
knew.
Star Wars stuff and then video games.
I call him an OG. He's an original gamer.
He
My
really
dad
is.
was an original gamer. When he passed away, I got a lot of his like Nintendo games, and he liked the adventure ones.
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda. Okay. I live in Delaware. He lives in Arizona. He sends me this packet of Zelda stuff. I open it up. He on graph paper. He figured out the whole village or the whole what do you call it? The whole
That's amazing.
like 4 different. He had taped them all together, and it had like where all the castles were, where the keys were. It had the legend. It told you where everything was. He took the time, color coded it.
Oh my
Amazing. So one thing I don't have anymore because it got damaged when somebody something got water on it, and I regret throwing it out. I should have just kept it. One thing I threw out there, I regret the most. Yeah. But it's cool. So he was a gamer to the end.
The original.
When he passed away, he still had the games. He still played them, even on computer or Nintendo. I think he had. What did he have at the time? He had Nintendo. Probably. Yeah, at that time, yeah. So I have his old Nintendo, I have mine. So I still have some of his stuff. A lot of his old games.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was.
So he turned you into a collector.
Basically. Well, then I collected Star Wars, like I said, back in the day. And then, as you get older, you kind of don't collect anymore. And then McFarlane came out with those KISS figures, with the KISS.
Oh yeah.
So I bought those, and then I was hooked again. So I bought figures again. Then my dad knew I was buying figures again. So out in Arizona, he would go to Toys R Us's and travel, and he travels for a job like in the Arizona area.
Wow.
He would go to all the Toys R Us and buy a bunch of figures that I need. Like we talk to each other. What can you find the Darth Vader? We know with the mask missing. I need that one.
That's awesome.
He'd find it there, and I'd find one here. So when he passed away, I kind of took those figures and gave a lot to my nephews, and I gave some away, but I kept the ones that needed to complete my sets.
Yeah.
The ones that were hard to find in Delaware versus Arizona, because it's regional sometimes. Sometimes
Yeah.
you'll find something here, a ton of them, and here you can't
then
find
none.
one.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So,
Man, that's cool.
yeah.
That is
Great
awesome.
story.
That is
Thank you.
an awesome story. Thank you for sharing it with us.
The world's gonna hear it, but that's a great
Yeah.
story. And I love hearing about how people started collecting stuff and what got them into things. And it sounds like your dad was awesome.
He was an awesome guy. Skate, we call him Skate. I'm a Skate. I'm Skate Junior, he was Skate Senior.
Nice.
I love
He
it.
had a cool name.
Skate, yeah.
Cool name, and he was the OG.
Well, I hope you find a couple more Star Wars.
Yeah,
guys.
hope you find some great stuff
I'm
today.
looking for more music stuff, like I said.
Oh yeah.
But if I find cheap stuff, I buy that too.
Oh yeah. How
Find
can you
your
not?
stuff cheap, I will buy it.
All right, man.
Thanks, guys.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, nice meeting you guys.
Boxed Micronauts again. I came back to this stand. That's what it was. I'm like, I gotta look at this stuff again. Because you don't see it. Like that Star Wars thing. You never see that.
No.
You know?
A little cheesecake in the box there.
Yeah, exactly. Put that right in the front. I was like, hey,
You never know.
what's this?
That's how they get your attention.
The cheesecake. It gets your attention too. You
Yeah.
like boobs just as much as I do. It's a fact. Don't let her fool you. It's a fact. There's the Varga calendars.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the old pinup artwork. It's just like, that's another lost art.
Yeah. Starcom stuff. A lot of that stuff survives in the box for some reason. I think everybody kind of saved that.
Mm.
Always good to see a Cat's Lair, though.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Mm. Yeah, didn't somebody have a boxed Cat's Lair at Xenia?
Yeah.
It was like
A
graded or something?
one, yeah.
That's crazy.
Graded was crazy. Crazy stuff. This is... Oh, this is my buddy John's stuff
John.
right here.
John
yeah.
always has great monster stuff.
Yep. He's a fellow monster kid like us.
Yes.
So shout out to him because he's always got cool stuff.
Yes.
And he's another nice guy too.
Definitely. So come give John your money as well.
The Wolfman mask. You know, looking at that, I'm like, is that a variant mask now? Is that one I don't have?
I know, now going back through this, you're just going to be hitting John up tomorrow. Like, can you send me pictures of that?
I know.
That's cool. I like the Jetsons.
See, it's that box art. That's what it
always
is.
the box art.
That box art jumps out at you.
It's a
It's
very
always cool
powerful
stuff.
thing.
I know, and I love the way things were drawn, like in the 60s too.
Yeah. No, the artwork was great.
There's a horror host picture in the back there that you just seen. Who is it? Tell me in the comments if you know who that is. We'll quiz you guys. I hope you know. You should know. If you watch this channel, you should know who that
You
is.
probably know if you watch this channel for the monsters. The Chips.
I love Punch.
Yeah, you got to meet him and tell him a funny story.
Yeah, I love Eric Estrada. He's such a nice guy.
He's one of the people you can just tell is like a nice guy.
He is. He's a super
Seems
nice
like
guy.
you have a good sense of humor.
I had a really good conversation with him. He's a cool guy. I love seeing carded Migos.
Yeah.
It's the same ones. I mean, I had Migos when I was little, but I got them like when they were like way discounted, 2 for $1. There used to be this place in Attleboro called Kids Town, where they used to sell like clearanced out toys that had been clearanced like 10, 15 years ago. So this stuff was like cheap. And they had a warehouse thing like across the street that they would have these occasional sales. And my dad would always go over there and we'd hit it up and, you know, find some cool stuff. And I remember getting Spider-Man and Hulk 2 for $1. My dad would, he let me get both of them. So I had Spider-Man and Hulk. Big spender, 2 for $1. Can't beat it.
2 for $1.
I miss those stores, man. Those discount closeout stores. Kidstown was great.
Yeah, I remember, like, I think I would see stuff like that at KB, but obviously nowhere near, like, the 2 for $1 Migos.
Yeah, no.
I wish.
Hi, from Toy Dome in Marston, Delaware. My name is Mike. I run a YouTube channel called The Haunted Drive-In. If you're nostalgic for the days of Saturday morning cartoons and breakfast cereal, if you're a manic fan for the months of October, November, and December, if you miss watching Huckleberry Hound, Pirates of Dark Water, and other cartoons that today's kids won't even have heard of, then my channel is the place for you. Everything from 1980s commercials, full movies, and just those sweet holiday tidings that keep you going until the holiday actually rolls around. Please subscribe and thank you so much.
Yes, and we'll put a link to that right here below. Thank you.
for me, it's like it says.
All right, here we go. Yeah, I couldn't leave him. Couldn't leave him. So that's it. Thanks for checking out the episode. We'll see you soon here on Dark Ride Dracula. And check out the Toy Dome Toy Show if you happen to be in the area next time it pops up. You can find all the information online, and maybe we'll see you there.